Often when people think about design, they go straight to the aesthetics. But design is much more than just the way things look. It's about functionality, the operation of a building, the experience that people have when they're within that building. It's about safety, comfort, maintainability. In a lot of ways, making it look great is actually the easy part. When I'm framing the objectives or the measures of success for a project, I have 3 magic questions. And these questions are always, what value does this project bring to my client and my client's business? What delight and fantastic experience will this project bring to the users of the building or the project? And how will this project save the world? What will it do to create a more sustainable approach to the way that we live our lives and build our buildings? And of course, there are the more fundamentals that feed into achieving those magic outcomes. So when we design, we have to make sure that we design to meet the client's brief. And we have to make sure that we do that on time and on budget. And you know, the other thing that I think is equally important to all of those things is actually the way that everyone enjoys the process. We want to have projects where no one is overly stressed or stretched. Everyone makes money and everyone makes some new friends along the way. There are lots of people involved in designing a building or a project, and designers come from all different disciplines. So architects are just one group of many different people who input into a project. Services engineers, structural engineers, facade engineers, landscape designers, signage, branding, specialist designers like health planners and interior designers, theatre designers, the list is pretty endless. And the client is pretty crucial to the success of a project and the outcome. The client has to have a really clear and true brief, and that brief has to align with a budget and a program. And the client has to have a one-team approach. They need to recognize the importance of team culture on a positive outcome. Culture is one of 3 C's in a successful project: communication, coordination, and then of course culture. Communication, it's really important that it's clear, but there's also structure in the way that different teams communicate to each other. Coordination is incredibly important to make sure that all of those different designers are actually working together. And it's very important to create hold and time for coordination at each milestone. And culture is becoming increasingly important in our industry. I think having a focus on people's well-being is actually crucial to the survival of the construction industry. We can't work people as hard as we used to, potentially. And so now is the time to make some adjustments in terms of team structure, programs, fees, how we actually put things together to make sure that people do have a work-life balance while they're working in the construction industry.